What's up guys, it's the Horror Wombat, and I guess we kind of got a theme going on here on the channel, because we are once again looking at another addition to this new Disney horror monsterverse, or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, it actually blows my mind that this is even happening right now. But as the saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's a famous quote from a guy named William Edward Hickson. And if you don't know who he is, well, don't worry, because I have no fucking clue who he is either. But anyways, I think it's time to give our attention to a new British icon, shall we? So last week I talked about the new Pinocchio horror movie and how it actually kinda looks like it has potential. Well, I guess we're gonna be continuing that trend. Well, kind of. Because now it's time to talk about a movie that's basically the complete opposite. Because guess what, everyone? There's also a Peter Pan horror movie in the works. And it's called Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Seriously, why the fuck are there so many of these movies, guys? And I know I'm a bit late to the party and all, considering the trailer for this thing dropped like over 2 months ago, but honestly, I don't really care, because I need to talk about this thing. And you know what, guys? I'm just gonna say it. I genuinely think that this is gonna be the worst movie of this entire franchise. Yeah, I'm calling it right now. And I know it's gonna sound like I'm judging a book by its cover, but I said it before and I'll say it again. Welcome to the internet, ladies and gentlemen. I really am not joking when I say this, guys. This movie actually looks like inexcusably bad. I didn't think we'd be topping Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, especially so soon, too. So you're probably like, okay, dude, what do you have against this Peter Pan horror movie? Like, yeah, it looks terrible, but how does it stand out from the rest? Well, probably because this movie completely lacks creativity. Yes, somehow even more than the already mostly unoriginal Winnie the Pooh horror movies. Every single shot in this trailer for this film is cliche as hell. Nothing about it is intriguing to me whatsoever. And yeah, there's always a chance they left out important plot stuff in the trailer, but given how spoilery trailers are nowadays, and the fact that it's already looking very reminiscent of the not-so-great predecessors in this franchise, I have no intentions of getting my hopes up right now. But what was really shocking to me was how many movies this thing is ripping off from. I mean, just from the first 20 seconds of the trailer alone, I could already see some very obvious inspirations from other movies. Like, take a look at this shot of Peter Pan. We got him in gray makeup and he's peeking out from underneath a cellar. They are literally just copying the scene where Cheryl turns into a deadite from the original Evil Dead. And I mean, why don't I go ahead and show you the clip from the trailer anyways?
How did you get down there?
Hi, Peter. It's nice to meet you.
So we got a little kid being lured by a creepy dude with a kind of funny voice from underneath the floor of something. Actually, this does seem kind of original. Maybe I'm just being a little too harsh after all. Oh wait, never mind, I lied. And can we talk about Peter Pan's look in this movie? I mean, I'm sorry guys, it just doesn't look good. I won't lie though, it actually did take me a minute to realize what this guy resembled as. But someone in the comment section of the trailer actually gave a perfect description of his appearance. And I don't mind giving him a shout out, so I will. His name is Frank Cass. And he said that this version of Peter Pan looks like a cross between the Crow, the Joker, and Freddy Krueger. Which, judging by what we've seen from the trailer, that's a very accurate way to describe this motherfucker. Now, okay, the trailer seems to be ripping off from other movies. What about the plot of this movie? Well, let's go over on to IMDb and read the synopsis of this movie. And it says, Wendy Darling strikes out in an attempt to rescue her brother Michael from the clutches of the evil Peter Pan. Along the way, she meets Tinkerbell, who will be seen taking heroin, believing that it's pixie dust. I don't know about you guys, but when I read the synopsis for this movie, I immediately thought about Terrifier 2, especially in regards to the characters of this movie. We got a brother and sister duo as the leads, just like Sienna and Jonathan, a sadistic, bloodthirsty killer who's also kind of funny, there's your Art the Clown right there, and another crazy individual who's kind of like the sidekick to the main villain, just like the little pale girl. This movie is literally if Walt Disney made Terrifier 2. Although, you know what? I gotta give credit where credit's due. The idea of Tinkerbell's pixie dust in this movie actually being heroin got a legit laugh out of me the first time I read it. So, congrats guys, you actually did something kind of interesting interesting with this movie. One more thing I want to talk about in regards to the trailer is that, again, this movie is called Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, so obviously this movie's gonna take place in Neverland, right? Well, to be honest, I'm not completely sure about that. Unless this is supposed to be Neverland in the movie, which, I mean, that is not f***ing Neverland. That's just some boring rural area in Great Britain. I really hope this is not supposed to be their version of Neverland, because if so, this is probably the cheapest and most lackluster looking movie set I've ever seen for a horror movie since Wrong Turn 5. You know, for all of its faults, I do gotta give credit to the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey for actually kind of following the lore of the original story and actually setting it in the 100-acre woods. Not only that, but they actually shot the movie in the Ashdown Forest in England, the exact same woods that inspired the author of Winnie the Pooh to create the 100-acre woods. That's actually like some legit dedication right there. So it sucks that the location for this movie is such a downgrade. Also, where the f is Captain Hook? Like, why the hell is he not in this movie? I guess maybe it's because they already have Peter Pan as the villain of the movie, and I think having Captain Hook in the movie would kind of be irrelevant. But damn, that sucks that we're not gonna have my boy Hook in the movie. Okay, so I actually decided to go ahead and rewatch the trailer for this movie, and I lied. It turns out Captain Hook actually is in this movie after all. And, well, this is what he looks like. Seriously, what the f is that? Whatever it is, that is hashtag not my Captain Hook. I'm serious, guys. There's nothing redeemable about this Peter Pan movie. It's literally just gonna be another cheap slasher movie that kind of follows the original fairy tale story it was based off of. Except they just decided to suck all of the magic out of it. Seriously, I don't understand why they're not putting any effort in this movie. At least the Pinocchio one had the audacity to make a cool looking animatronic as well as hire some pretty well known actors. Honestly, even the Bambi horror movie doesn't look all that bad in comparison to this movie. In fact, let's talk a little bit about that Bambi horror movie, shall we? So this movie kind of has a bare bone plot. Bambi basically gets revenge on people after his mother died, and for some reason he's all mutated now? Cool, I guess. Now, obviously aside from the source material, this movie actually might be able to work. Like, yeah, a giant mutated deer killing people might sound pretty generic, but at least it's something unique and not just a guy in a mask killing people. And while it's kind of disappointing to see that Bambi is going to be CGI and not practical like Pinocchio, at least he looks a lot more interesting than whatever the hell this is. Maybe I'm just being a little bit harsher towards the Peter Pan horror movie because I personally love the character of Peter Pan, particularly the Disney version, because that's the version I ironically grew up watching. I mean, that movie was basically like peak Disney animation. Well, except for the Native American scenes. Those can right off for all I care. Dude, what the hell was up with Disney making racist cartoons back in the day? I'm not even joking. They made a cartoon where Donald Duck showed full support for a certain German dictator. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want this video getting taken down by YouTube. You know, hopefully the filmmakers will be able to expand on this version of Peter Pan, because so far, I'm not really impressed with what they have going for. Maybe one day I'll check out the movie, but for now, the only thing I'd be interested in checking out that's probably the closest thing we got to a Peter Pan horror movie right now is Hook. And you might be thinking, wait, that's not a horror movie. What the f are you talking about? And, well, my dear viewer, you'd be correct. But it does have a very cool connection to the horror genre, because guess who was one of the writers on this movie? None other than Nick Castle, aka the original Michael Myers. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Anyways, that's about all the energy I have left to talk about this Peter Pan horror movie. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and go on over to that subscribe button and click on it if, you know, you feel like it. I just want to take a moment and say thank you to everyone who helped me got to 500 subscribers recently. We actually hit that milestone much quicker than I expected, so I'm very grateful for all the support you guys have given me. It's actually pretty unbelievable. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. See ya.